Hello, my name is Juan Alcala. I'm a Venezuelan architect, now Australian citizen. I get into art because my background in architecture, and actually I become an architect because my relationship with art, and then I've been like switching and jumping from architecture to art always. And as I mentioned, I'm from Venezuela, and as I was discussing just before with our artists, Venezuelans were really into politics because we have been suffering like from different regimes and very difficult situations. So a lot of my art, even though there are like sort of living organisms that are sort of like jumping between human and weird animals, they also have like a politic meaning behind that. For example, this painting, which is called Superhero Online, is it's like the representation of what Venezuelans see in their leaders, like in politicians. Sorry. So this is, for example, like an idea of what Venezuelans can feel is a politician. For them, it's a sort of a superhero that he promised many things. He sort of like have like a fake mask that you kind of know if it's actually like a human or a machine or somebody that is like speaking a lot and giving you like a lot of like messages and ideas. But at the end, they are on loan because nobody wants them. They are fake. It's like it's very hard, but some people think they are like levitation. They have like superpowers. So this is sort of like, and it also have like this sort of like Batman mask. So it's like the relationship between Venezuelans and their politicians. So this
Alrighty. So how do you usually start your painting journey, and what's the hardest aspect of completing a painting?
I usually have like a an idea at the beginning, and then I started like putting paint on that and sort of like waiting to see what the painting is giving me and telling me, and then I sort of change and move around, and then I always surprised what I get from. And then in that process, I started like adding meanings and words. Sometimes words they just have like compositional like aspects, but at some point it has like also ideas behind. For example, Sonata 14 is a piece, like a classical piece that is called like Moonlight Sonata. And another artist, I think her name was Peterson, she sort of like record like the music or the sounds of the Moonlight Sonata, and she sent like this sound to the space with the help of like obviously scientists or something like that, and then they sent it to the moon, and then they got back like the sounds, and the sound came back totally distorted, right? Like, and that is like what's happening with these politicians, you know, like you have a message that goes to some point, then come back, and then it's all like broken and in different pieces. So sometimes like the words have like just compositional aspects, and another time they have like actually a meaning that helps the piece to become what it is, right? That nobody will know after I say that. Everyone can get their own like meaning or relationship, but that's the process of my paintings. I start putting paint, I have an idea, and then I sort of like get different elements and start like making it like.
So, what is something you wish to share with other artists or other art enthusiasts about your art and your specialization within the field?
It's hard because art usually could have like a sort of decorative meaning, but in my case, I'm sort of like trying to send a message, you know, something that I feel, and I think sometimes like those messages are like very strong, and they are like strong not as a positive, like have like sometimes like scary sort of results, right? That it's hard for some people to sort of like place this as a decorative element in their spaces, you know, because they are like very, very strong and and it could be a bit shocking, right? So because I'm sort of like trying to, as I mentioned, to sort of have like a relationship between living organisms, between humans and animals, and a lot of times those like results are like a bit shocking or aggressive. So I would like to share like the idea that art is like a way to express yourself and express your background, and not only decorate spaces, but also to send a message. You know, as I was trying with that piece to send like this message to show what people think about like their politicians in other countries and use it with art. And for example, this piece is similar to the other one, but it's probably a bit less. It has like less depth in the meaning. This is, as the other one, is like a sort of like a face, or like a sort of like a relationship between a machine and an animal or a person, and it's sort of like giving you a message. Chabli Papa, like in Venezuelan, like in Spanish, it's like in aviation is used like to send like a message of like help. So this is like sort of trying to tell you, I'm a living organism, I'm an animal, I'm a face, I'm somebody. If you see it from behind, probably you don't realize it's a face, you think it's just like a composition of elements. But as soon as you start like understanding that this is actually, those are the eyes and these are the eyebrows, and that's the mouth, and it's the same thing in the other piece. Like in the mouth you can see like a lot of words, you know, they're trying to send you a message, trying to talk to you, and it's the same. It's like this sort of calling for help, like look at me, I'm an animal, I'm alive, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm sort of trying to convey.